Have you ever noticed that even in the pursuit of peace, we can become restless? That even while seeking truth, we can get caught in the same patterns we're trying to escape? We start walking the path with sincerity, a deep longing to awaken, to feel free, to find meaning. But slowly, without realizing it, that longing can turn into grasping. And that grasping becomes what some call spiritual greed. It's not greed for wealth or possessions. It's greed for enlightenment, for power, for being someone on the spiritual path. It's subtle. It hides behind sacred words, beautiful rituals, and good intentions. We want to be free, but we also want to be seen as free. We want to be humble, but we secretly hope others will notice our humility. We want to dissolve the ego, yet we end up building a spiritual identity even stronger than before. The ego has simply changed its costume. It's no longer materialistic, it's spiritual. But it still wants to be the center of the story. It shows up in many ways. When we compare ourselves with others, I meditate longer. I read deeper teachings. I'm more awakened. When we chase after one retreat, one teacher, one method after another, always hoping the next one will finally deliver what we're looking for. When we hoard knowledge, reading everything, listening to everyone, but never truly letting the wisdom touch our life. When we try to use spirituality to control, to manifest, to bend reality according to our personal will. It's all still the same energy of wanting. And the truth is, the more we want enlightenment, the further it slips away. Because wanting is movement, and enlightenment is stillness. Wanting is grasping, and awakening is letting go. We can't run towards something that only reveals itself when we stop running. True spiritual growth is not about adding more. It's about surrendering more. It's not about collecting experiences, but about releasing the one who needs to have them. It's not about becoming something special, but about becoming simple, natural, open, and honest. The antidote to this spiritual greed is humility. To remember that before the vast mystery of existence, we are all beginners. Even the wisest among us knows nothing compared to the infinite. It's patience, understanding that awakening unfolds like dawn, not like a switch being flipped. It's service, shifting the focus from my progress to our well-being. When we stop trying to reach some personal peak, we find joy in simply being kind, being useful, being love in motion. It's awareness, noticing the subtle craving that hides even in our meditation and prayer, and meeting it with compassion. And it's gratitude, realizing that every breath, every challenge, every small moment of peace is already a piece of the awakening we seek. All traditions whisper this same truth. Buddhism teaches that craving, even for enlightenment, leads to suffering. Christian mystics say, the last step of humility is to desire nothing. The Taoist masters remind us, the sage seeks not fullness. Being full, he becomes empty. And in the path of devotion, love without motive is the highest form of worship, not loving to get something, but loving because it is your nature. When this sinks in, the search softens. We stop chasing and start listening. We stop striving to reach heaven and begin to find heaven in the ordinary. We realize enlightenment is not something to earn, but something to remember. Maybe the real journey isn't about climbing upward, but about sinking inward. Not about adding light, but about uncovering the light that was never gone. Not about becoming something greater, but about remembering what we already are. And then, in that quiet moment, something shifts. Peace arises, not as a prize, but as your natural state. When you stop trying to be awakened, awakening finds you. When you stop chasing God, you realize God was never gone. Now pause, close your eyes, take a breath. Let go of the need to reach anywhere. Feel the ground beneath you, the air around you, the stillness within you. This is it. This moment, right here, right now, is sacred. You don't have to go anywhere to find it. You just have to stop running. And if this message speaks to you, let it sink deeper than your mind. Don't just nod and move on. Live it, practice it, be it. Every time your mind says, I need to get somewhere, smile and remember, you're already here. If this resonated with you, pause before you click away. Take one simple action. Spend a few minutes today in silence, not to achieve, but to listen. Serve someone quietly, without expecting thanks. And if you want to help others wake up from the same illusion of spiritual striving, share this video. You never know. Your simple act of sharing could become someone else's turning point. Because the world doesn't need more people chasing enlightenment. It needs more people living from peace, more hearts awake to love, more souls who have stopped running. So stay humble, stay still, stay kind, and let grace do the rest.